My name is Ayodele Aransiola. I'm quite a lot of things. So for the guy that asked a question about DevOps, he's no longer there. So there's such a thing as Web3 DevOps engineer. So you can go online and do your research. Next slide, please. So I came here today. Because I wish the developers were here, because it's very hard to explain marketing to a developer. They come to you to do marketing for them, and they are saying this, they are saying A, you are saying Z. Right? So I wish they were here, but any which ways, I would enjoin every developer to watch my presentation. I want to ask, is marketing complicated? It's complicated. If it's complicated, raise up your hand. It's very complicated. Thank you. I believe that people only make marketing seem complicated either because they don't understand it enough to explain it in simple terms. I would love it to be complicated, right? So that when you come to me, I can charge you. But marketing is not really complicated. So if you put your minds together, if you follow my talk today, you find out that marketing is actually not complicated. So my delivery is for two types of people. Hello? Meet and greet is over. Please. Thank you. Thank you. So my delivery today is for two types of people. First, you're a Web3 founder and you're struggling with marketing. So you have a startup, whether early stage, you've raised funds, or you're not done with your MVP. Please, I need. Hello? The noise is distracting me. Please, thank you. So you're a Web3 founder, co-founder, you're struggling with marketing. I did this for you. Or you are planning to build a startup, or you are building a software already, and you're already thinking, where are I going to see customers? This is for you as well. At the end of our time together, you have learned the best Web3 lead generation system. Where do you find customers? How do you reach out to them? What do you say to them? And then you would have learned how to convert cold customers into stark raving mad customers, people who are mad about your brand, which is essentially the essence of marketing. Your mom is not the best mom in the world. Someone say, ha. My mom is the best mom in the world. Raise up your hand. Okay, but I'm sorry to announce to you that your mom is not the best mom in the world. Now, thank you. Thank you, I understand. I'm a pharmacist. And I feel like the most important part of the body is the brain. Next to the brain is the heart, but the heart is useless. Because now they chop breakfast. How many people don't chop breakfast for you? Lie to yourself. You've eaten breakfast. So there is a subjective part of our memory and the objective part of our memory. Unfortunately, the subjective part of your memory is like 80%, and the objective part is 20%. That's why we know to get sense as human beings, right? So the reason why you think your mom is the best mom in the world is because of your experience of her, nothing more. If everyone's mom is the best mom in the world, whose mom the local government? Whose moms are the secretaries that we had in school? It's not my own. I'll tell you why it's not my own. You'll soon find out. Now, this is the best mom in the world. I'll tell you why. In 2009, I dropped out of Covenant University. And that led me into the lowest part of my life. Very depressive phase. I attempted suicide twice. And one Sunday evening, my mom called me and says, Adiola, I think you are the best, you are the smartest kid I gave birth to out of 5. And she's like, remember how you used to win quiz competitions in children's church? Remember how you were the best in economics in secondary school? Remember this, remember that, remember this, remember that. And I'm like, okay. So I decided to give life another chance, and I'm standing in front of you, right? If that story makes any sense to you, please put your hands together for my mom. Thank you. Your mom is also the best mom in the world. No worry yourself. Your school is also not the best school in Nigeria. Unilag, raise up your hand. University of Lagos. OAU. UI. So this speaks to, thank you. This speaks to, again, the subjective part of our memories. We experience people And because of the experience we have of them, we think they are the best. We think they are the best things in sliced bread when they are not. This is the best school in Nigeria. Okay, so this school produced me, and you are listening to me right now. Does that count? Does it count? Please play this video for me. Play this video, please. Bro, hello? Can you play this video for me? There's no play. No, that's not allowed. Okay, we can go. Can I go? So, what I'm going to teach you today is the reason why Coca-Cola, even though they make syrup, ordinary syrup, they make billions of dollars in profit every year. Nike, okay, can you help me? Don't worry, it's PDF. I guessed as much. Nike makes shoes, and they make billions of dollars in profit every year. This is why Apple makes laptop, the same laptop. Right? But what makes them different from their competitors is what I'm about to teach you today. Who came here last year? You came here last year. Answer your hands. So please give someone the microphone. Why did you come back this year? Why did you come back this year? Thank you.
Because of the value and the impact.
Let's put your hands together for him. So the reason you came last year and you came this year is the same reason you think your mom is the best mom in the world. It's the same reason you think your school is the best school in Nigeria. And that is this. Dopamine. So I've told you, take this as a pharmacist's opinion as to what great marketing is, right? So last year you had insight, you learned a lot. Last year you were entertained. Last year, Web3 Bridge made you feel good. And so they helped you to secrete a neurotransmitter called dopamine. That is the happiness neurotransmitter in your brain, right? And that's the reason why you're here. Those of you that didn't come here last year, that's the same reason you came, because of the experience they had last year, right? So helping your customers secrete dopamine is the most important thing, in my opinion, in marketing. So my objective today is to be your working marketing plan. And so I'm starting to stack my key takeaways. So efficient marketing is stimulating dopamine, and I'll teach you how. Insight, entertainment, and make them feel good. So who am I? I'm a pharmacist. I'm in pharmacy school. Long story short. So after pharmacy school, I decided to go into the tech world. So I started to learn Django, building websites with Python, and then I went into data science. That was me playing football. I wanted to show you that at the ball. So then I went into Web3 marketing. I'm sure my former boss is here, listening to me. And people say we look alike. Is that true? He's my dad. Right, thank you. And that's very important to know, because that's not true. And then lastly, I started my own marketing company, because I feel like we don't tell enough stories in Web3. And that's the reason why I think Web3 has not gone mainstream, because we are all pushing out our products in their faces and not telling enough stories. So experience marketing, in my opinion, is the process of creating a dopaminergic experience for your customers. So if you focus on creating dopamine in your customers, then you can get them to do whatever you want them to do. So if I can achieve you secreting dopamine right now, then I can get you to do whatever I want you to do, and I'll prove that to you in a bit. Right? I didn't need this slide. So dopamine is a happy button in your brain that helps you like things and make marketing exciting for grown-ups. In my opinion, dopamine is the most important word in marketing. But why? Why? A lot of Web3 entrepreneurs do not understand the people they are marketing to. And if you do not understand the people you are marketing to, you are like a farmer. You want to plant maize into the soil, but you don't know what soil you are planting into. So in secondary school, they taught us some types of soil. Can you remind me? Loamy soil, clay soil, sandy soil. Which one is the best? Which one is the worst? So if you do not understand the generation you are marketing to, you are like a farmer that is putting corn into a sandy soil. So who are we? So two generations power Web3, Gen Zs and millennials. Gen Z, millennials, my guys. So according to Relevant Magazine, 79% of you feel lonely and isolated. And the number is 71 for millennials. Now, this number is on the high side because this research was done during the pandemic, right? And at least 51% of you has that treatment for a mental health issue. Confession, who has that treatment for mental health issues there? Una de lie. God bless you. Right? So here is the sole reason marketing is getting harder for Web3 startups. I'm a pharmacist, and I find a lot of pharmaceutical companies having problems marketing new products. And I tell them that because they don't understand the generation you are marketing to. You think you are marketing to our parents? No, things have changed. So they're isolated, they spend 50% of their times on their phones. My brother is Gen Z, I think he's in this room. And recently he came back from Unilag. And my mom says, go to your last place. And first thing I said is, let me have your phone. I said this phone for 1 week. Because you guys need to spend time away from your phones. You guys need to touch grass. Right? So for that reason, you said? You guys, why? You'll find out. You find out. For that reason, they want to belong. That's the biggest want of this generation. So key takeaways now, I've told you that efficient marketing is stimulating dopamine and insight. You do that by giving them insight, entertaining them, and making them feel good. So second takeaway is that Gen Z and millennials need to belong, so you need to use that to your advantage. People don't care about Web3. People don't care about tech. People don't care about AI. Okay, I'll take that again. People don't care about Web3, tech, or AI. Did I say that right? Do or not today? Okay, so this, you said why? You understand now. These are what people care about. They care about friendships. They care about people. They care about gist, ambition, love, heroes, success, underdogs, achievements, surprises, happiness, and safety. Why? Is because they help you stimulate dopamine. So if you are not stimulating dopamine, you are not happy. And if you are not happy, you are sad. And people don't like to be sad. That's why. Another important information I need to tell you is that marketing is an emotional relationship, not a financial relationship. Because my last boss is a sponsor of this event, and they told me, Diola, I want you to give us 15 customers by the end of the third quarter. And I'm like, okay. And I wish these developers were here so that they can understand that marketing is not there's sales. Sales is the financial relationship. Marketing is an emotional relationship. That's why I listed these things there. Friendship, people, gist, ambition, all of those things that help you secrete dopamine is what marketing is about. So I tried my best to leave out all the technical jargons, right? You can see I've not mentioned anything Web3. But I needed to, you guys are Web3 folks, right? So I needed to give you something that you can relate to. So this is the Web3 version of SoundCloud or Spotify. Now they had a challenge. They wanted to introduce tokens, right? But they wanted to leave out all the Web3 jargons. So it was a very huge challenge for them. And so I'm posing that same challenge to you right now. If you are going to need to introduce Web3 tokens to Web2 clients, how would you do it? Think about it for a second. Now, you guys are technical guys. So usually the first thing that will come to your mind is send them an email. You guys should grab your tokens, but it doesn't work that way. What this company did is that they hosted a party. And at the top of the funnel, they wrote, claim your audio token. And it was very successful, right? I've told you that you can get people to do anything you want them to do. You can get them to secret dopamine. What you do when you are at parties, when you are rocking, is what? Dopamine, right? So anything you tell them to do during that period, they are secreting dopamine, they will do it. Right. They taught us economics, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Do you remember? Right. So your company needs to figure out which part of this bucket they will be in. And that will determine whether you're building a failed company or a good company or a great company. I don't have time to explain that. So key takeaways now, efficient marketing is stimulating dopamine, number one. Gen Zs and millennials need to belong. You need to use that to your advantage. And then people don't care about the technical details. They care about the emotional details. So now I'm going to take you through insights, entertainment, feel good, and then we call it a day. So content, you need to give them insight by building content. right? You guys know about content, so I don't need to stress on this. How do you build a content machine? You define your millennials need to belong. You need to use that to your advantage. People do not care about all the technical details, right? They care about the emotional details. Then now you need to build an inevitable content system. Let your audience be able to find you everywhere so that you thank you. So the second step is entertainment, and you do that with a community, right? I know you guys you know what communities are, so I won't waste time on that. Amanda Cassett is the pioneer of Web3 marketing, and she says the goal of Web3 marketing is to start the flywheel of growth until the community takes over. So the reason you are doing marketing is not for you to do marketing for the rest of your life; it's to bring in customers that will do the rest of the marketing for you. So I get this a lot from you guys. When do you start a community? This is my uptake. So there's a product launch stage, right? MVP, and then you have a version 1 of your startup, and then you have a version 2. You start a community before you start to write code. While you are still generating ideas for what you want to build, start a community. So you start to teach them stuff, develop content on what you want to build. They are the ones that would help you regulate what you are building. They become your back loop, right? So you build version 1, you send it to them. You're doing beta testing, you send it to them. And then you can grow your community, start products launch, and then you can scale your community, build for the community, build with the community. So community funnel setup, I don't have time. So you start by using influencers or community partnerships. And in Web3, I'll say this, the most important lead generation system in Web3 is events. So whether it's a Twitter space or it's a Zoom meeting, we do events every day, almost every day, right? So you lead them to your community platform and you engage them on your community. How do you start a community? Warm outreach. So reach out to your friends, your Twitter followers, your LinkedIn followers, DM them. You have an eye-touch onboarding experience and be specific to who you are building for. Now make it vibrant. Now this is a problem with community managers. You find that 90% of people in your community are going to be local. They won't say a word. 9% will contribute very little once in a while 1% accounts for action. This is why people get tired of community building. So you need to find your super users, your 1%, activate them. It's a fake it till you make it thing, right? You can pay them if you have to keep, to keep contributing, and then build an onboarding process. Give your community members a chance to show up and take responsibility. How do you foster engagement? Number 1, you need to have a reward system, right? So you can have a badge on your Discord group. You can have a community token. You can give community points. 3 things to reward: inviting a friend. So now they become your marketer. They become your lead generation system, attending events, and then you can reward platform interactions. Breakout rooms are very important. Because one of the important things of communities are for you to set people up to make friends. So I've set you up to make friends today, have I? Yeah. And then old events for newbies, for existing customers, then to sell your product. So I've said that marketing is an emotional relationship. Sales is a financial relationship, but you need to sell, right? So inside your marketing, you need to hold sales events. That's how to do it. And then you gamify the experience and help them release dopamine. So key takeaways again. Efficient marketing is stimulating dopamine. 2, Gen Zs and millennials need to belong. You need to use that to your advantage. People don't care about the technical details. Say that. Build an innovative content system. Entertainment, you want to create a safe and fun haven for your community members. So in my opinion, inside your community, you need to do this is my opinion now. You need to do 70% serious work and 30% play work, right? 70% technical stuff, 30% play. It could be a game. It could be a party. And let your community members decide what they want to do. They can want to play PES. They can want to play Need for Speed. They can want to play any game whatsoever. Let them be the one to decide what games they want to play. So lastly, and the most important point is identity. You need to make them feel good, right? People ask me, what are the things I look out for before I agree to do marketing for a startup? Two things, differentiation and stickiness. Differentiation speaks to the fact that 90% of us in Web3 are building exactly the same things. So you want to build Uniswap, you want to build under Binance, you are not differentiating yourself from your competitors. Right? So I look for differentiation in startups and I look for stickiness. Your startup must be sticky enough for your customers to want to come back again and again. Right? So, who knows this picture? What is this? How many of you were here? The picture is cold, right? That's an 8. I respect the 8. But this picture is cold, in my opinion. And you want to mimic what is going on in these people's brains, right? You want to mimic it for your customers, right? She feels good, doesn't she? You feel good as well, don't you? Looking at this picture. Right, so there are 3 ways you can feel good. Is by number 1, having a knife-edge messaging. So I've spoken to the fact that Web3 companies are building the same thing over and over again. So you don't have a knife-edge messaging that sets you apart from your competitors. Number 2 is having a Trojan material, like a t-shirt, a cap, full gap, wallet, Polygon t-shirt, Solana cap, have a Trojan material. Now this Trojan material is very important because it's what is called an owned trigger. Now in your community, you've made them feel good, they've played games, but you need to plant something into their lives that reminds them how you made them feel. Does that make sense? And then the last one is efficient storytelling. Like I've said, the reason why Web3 has not gone mainstream is that we don't tell stories. Now I want to ask you a question. What's my name? What's my name? What's the name of the first speaker? You can't remember. What's the name of the second speaker? Thank you. Why do you remember my name? Because I mentioned it 4 times. I did that intentionally. I told a story about myself. People will remember you and will do anything you want them to do once you can tell them a story. Now, stories, there's stress going on in your brain 24 hours. You are always stressed out. But if I tell you a story, I can reduce the stress level by 20%. And then I can get you to do what I want you to do. So Web3 startups need to do more storytelling than buy our products. Sign up for the whitelist. Join our community. Please do more storytelling. So key takeaways now. I'm done. Efficient marketing is what? Stimulating dopamine. Efficient marketing is what? Efficient marketing is what? Gen Zs and millennials need to belong. You need to use that to your advantage. Number 3, people do not care about the technical jargon. So cut off the crap and work on the emotional details. So insights, you need to build an inevitable content system and let them be able to find you everywhere. Entertainment speaks to the fact that you need to create a safe and fun haven for your community members. Let them feel at home in your community. And feel good, let them be proud of part of your community. So facts tell, stories sell. So your facts won't sell, your stories will sell because we're human beings, we are social animals. We do things because of other people. You are not because other people are coming. If people are not coming, you will not come. Does that make sense? So tell beautiful stories and let them identify with your startup's vision. Lastly, great marketing takes time. Because when people reach out to me, they want me to get them making money in the next 2 weeks, and it doesn't make any sense. Great marketing takes a lot of time. Because of the fact that I knew I wasn't going to be able to exhaust all the talking points on marketing in 45 minutes, when I got the acceptance for this speech, I started to write a book called Guerrilla Marketing for Web3. So if you are interested in reading all of the points that I've mentioned to you in more details, you need to go to my bio. My bio is this Diola Self. A couple of people know me here, surprisingly. My bio is this Diola Self. You'll see the link to the book in my bio, and then you can. Thank you. Do you have any question? Thank you.